Today I'm gonna show you a concept that I find really interesting. I'm simply gonna show it. We have a melody. Where is the one? I can turn on the metronome. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But this is one way of listening to it. We could also hear it like this. And what I found very interesting was that instead of changing the melody, let's just try to change the drums, the beat, the rhythms. This is the melody with the drums which starts on the on beat, so on 1. So you can see here, it starts on 1. And now I will shift the beat, so instead of starting on the on hit, then it will start on the off. So 1 and so now instead of starting on 1, it starts on 1 and the off beat, and the rhythm just sounds completely different. So here I have the different beats which starts on, off, on, off. So without changing the melody, we can change the melody, how we feel the melody, and it just made me very curious. So this is with a melody. Let's try with the bass, and again we start with the on drum beat, so the drum beat that starts on 1, and then we change it to the one that starts on the off. And I also really love the transition time. And then back in. And it's just so powerful, it just changes everything, and it really makes me wonder, like, what happened in a very good way. So this is with piano chords. And I'm gonna change to the off. And it's all about how we perceive music, because there are no right or wrong answers. But and then off. Just sounds so different. In this example I also tried to move the bass, so the bass also shifts with the drum beats. And then back again. So what we're doing is simply shifting where we feel that the start of the loop begins. So instead of shifting the melody, the chords, the bass line, then we're shifting the drums. So we simply change how we hear the melody, the chord, the bass line. While I was experimenting with this technique, tool, or whatever I should call it, then I really wanted to hear how it sounded with just 8 chords, 8-note chords. And I will shift in a minute, a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just was like blown away, because this transition time where it's like we're shifting the chords and the beat, and at some point it just match. So back on the on beat, and I will switch back to the off. 2, 3. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Makes sense. And it's like I was just wowed. So I played around with this a bit and just simply made some ideas for how I could make a tune out of this, and I made a C part. Let's try. And I also used the inversions that I talked about in the previous video for making different basses. So let's try to go back. So I have the first inversion. It's not right to call it that, but if you watch the video it will make sense. So I simply have 4 different bass ways. And then the last, which is just one note, not the last. So again, I just thought that it was very exciting because with the beat I can change the feel, and with the bass line I can also change the feel. So I thought about maybe not doing that much, and then a bass line that simply moves upwards all the time. So it's really exploring these 2 chords, 8-note chords, and I was like, this is exciting. So today I want to make a song using this, and I will try to bring you along, and hopefully I will have done a finished rough song when this video is done. So this is gonna be a tutorial about how I use these tools and simply how I make songs. So since I already have 2 different parts, which one of them could actually kind of become plus 20 different kinds of parts, then let's just right away start with making a form. So let's just... I was thinking of maybe just playing the first chord for a very long time. I'm just gonna hit record because then I will transfer everything. So, and maybe without the drums. And then change. And I can already now hear that I need to do something with inversions. So I will just listen, and then I will try to imagine what I think is needed. And that's, again, for me it's so important to do something, because then I start to feel what is missing, or instead of I need to think, oh, what would be exciting. And maybe it should only be 1/4 chords. And I think this should be longer. I'm simply trying to imagine when the different parts should come. And maybe if it... and this is only 4th chords. Ooh. it should be another instrument playing. And then we have a melody that I created. And now I really feel like I want to listen to the C part. And maybe without drum still. Oh, and I just got this idea to extend the last chord. And then extend this too. Okay, and then I think we should have the chords with the beats come in here. And then we need to decide if it should be the off or the on beat. And I think it should be the off, because that kind of messes with our perception of how we were thinking about it until now. But let's try it. That's not the effect I want. And I just heard this. It sounded like a mistake. But I want the top note to be the same. So it should be like this. Let's try to make an inversion here. So what I simply do is to move the bottom note to the top. So now by changing so little, it's just like something new. And I could really just feel. Now I feel like going back to the C part, but it's too obvious to do that somehow. So I need to figure out another solution that that would do something, because something needs to be done at that point. But what about maybe just change the beat and then make a new inversion? So we are simply gonna, this is kind of a bit obvious too, but let's try. And then let's go back to C. really satisfied yet. So maybe I just need an ending part. No, that didn't work. I also need to extend this. Dark. It needs to become this long. Okay, so I think we're starting to have a shape. And of course we can always change this, but if I don't have anything to react to, then it's just gonna be a mind game, and mind games does make music. Reacting and being present while making music makes music. Okay, since this is gonna be a song with lyrics and me singing, I'm actually just gonna go ahead and start to write lyrics and try to make melodies. And I'm gonna make melodies using the technique that I also showed in one of my videos called How to Make Melodies for Your Lyrics, I think. But right now I need to decide on a subject, because I just need something. And today the goal is not to write something that's amazing, it's simply to write something and to get something out of my system and get done. In some time I'm gonna make another EP or an album, and there I would just like to have this big pool of songs, which I would love this to be a part of. And then when I'm ready for that, I will choose the song that I think fits best and then finish them in the same period of time. For me, the process of producing is about playing, and playing takes time. So I'm not gonna get to that point where I'm satisfied and this is probably gonna take me 2 hours. That's probably gonna take me some months, but for now I can make the song, which can be my base where I simply let myself be creative upon. Okay, but let's write some lyrics. Okay, but I need a subject, not because it matters, but it simply needs to be something that intrigues me. And when I listen to the music, it's something about endless. And then there's like something never perfect. Everything is perfect. I just need something that I want to investigate. Something with a lot of content. Everything has a lot of content. So it's basically about something that I need, something that I want to put in some energy into. It could be buses. Tired. That's a subject I know a lot about. But then again, it could be nice to write about being tired, but in another way that I actually don't really know about, or that is not about how I'm tired. I would like to have a subject where I need to use my creativity. So something where I don't already know the answers. Something where I have to dive deep and really like explore, and then when I come up to the surface, I realized that I wrote about something that I didn't know was bothering me. Those are the best lyrics I know I can write, and I know a lot of others of my favorites write that way. Endless, never perfect, everything's perfect. Bus is tired. Okay, come on. Christmas. That's a shitty subject, which should maybe be the reason to why we choose it. I think we take Christmas. Yeah. And I'm gonna write about Christmas without mentioning that I'm writing about Christmas. I made a video about it, of course. So let's simply just start with being boring. Feast of the feast. I think I'm just gonna steal some words. Feast, festival. Oh, and a extremely important thing when you're writing lyrics, change the font to Korean New. I'm kind of making a joke about it now, but it really helps me. I really prefer writing in hand. It simply just makes me less of a computer geek, and it just makes my mind think in another way. And what we look at makes us do stuff in a different way. So by changing to Korean New, I simply get more motivated, even though it's a bit silly. Unknown, birth, countries, church services. I really hate writing about church because I'm so afraid of being misunderstood. I did it in my EP, and I'm now like trying to figure out if it was a good or a bad idea. But that alone makes it so that I think it was a good thing that I did it. Gifts. Oh, I think the lyrics should be called Gift. The Gift. Oh, this is exciting. So right now I started with trying to find something, and then I found something, and that led me to the subject is now the gift. What could the gift be? What is the gift? Ba-da-da-da. Impact. I like that word. This method of just stealing words is really, really, really great for me, since I'm not a native English speaker or even a good English speaker. So this will simply like make my brain work in another way, because when I'm not speaking English that much, then I'm kind of narrowing all of my words down to a very small pool of different words. And by simply looking up new words, I get new ideas. Being born. I'm not gonna take Bethlehem, because then it's just gonna be like Virgin Mary. Oh, this is gonna be a chance. I think my goal is to simply use all of the words I'm writing. Adore him. That's also like a dangerous subject. History has told us, don't do it. Determined. I really love that word. I have never used it. Profit. And why I'm doing this, because I have no clue about what to write about. And this is kind of how I always feel. Another technique of mine is I have like this sheet of lyrics that I try to write in every evening, and then I just read in that and take lines that I like. I start to not like this religious subject anymore, besides the gift. I don't like Christmas, but that was kind of also why I choose it. Okay, let's try to Google the gift, and in Danish it means poison. A present, payment, that's good. Return, I would take in return. Free, and this would be a great thing to do together with a friend or a co-writer, or what you want like to call them. If you're in a band and you're the lead singer who always writes the lyrics, then just sit down with the whole band and then make a subject, and then just find words, everybody together. That is such a nice way of doing it, and your band members also get to contribute. And it's not because you need to use everything, but I'm sure that they will find something that you didn't think about, and that would probably make it more exciting for you. So simply make them help you get more excited about writing. Rapping, that's also nice. Inexpensive. An expression of love. I will use that. Promotional. I think normally I do this a bit faster, but normally I also don't make a video about how I go from nothing to lyrics. The most vulnerable part of making music. No, there's nothing dangerous about this. So I will just make a copy of this, and then I will start to try to make lines, just combining the different words. See, unknown Christmas, birth. Okay, sorry. Back on track. Christmas birth. She was a Christmas kid. Never be afraid of doing something stupid, something foolish, something really bad, something that you don't like, because as long as this is not the end result, then everything that we do will be something to react upon, and when we react, we get two places. And if I'm like, no, this is not good enough, then I don't have anything to react to, and then I get stuck all the time. So just do, and don't be so afraid of being foolish. And it's only words, and it's like, if I can do this while you are watching, then you can also do it while no one is watching. She was a Christmas child. True Christmas feast. A Christmas in return. That's maybe the worst punishment ever. I gave you something nice and I got a Christmas in return. Christmas miracle. Maybe that's enough of Christmas. Okay, so I will lead on to festival. Of course, it was a festival feast. Okay, let's say that I make at least 5 of each word. Get ready to get bored. Festival feast. Festival impact. I don't know what that means. Profit. Okay, I want to make this make sense. A kind festival. Romantic festival. Okay, I can see that I'm maybe not that helpful right now. Countries feast. Like the end is near. A feast for the history. A feast for close friends and lovers. A feast for the unwanted. A charity feast. Unknown Christmas, she was a Christmas child. She was a Christmas child. That's a beautiful start. I will just like highlight it. A Christmas in return. During a festival feast. Okay, but we'll just lead on. This takes time, but then in the end, does it take time? Because many poets use like months for writing one lyrics. And it's like, maybe this feels like a long time, but if I should do it in another way, maybe it would take 10 times longer. But this just feels like work. And I love that it just feels like work, because then it's like, it's not about doing anything good or bad. It's just about doing, and doing is actually easy and fun. I just get a bit stressed out that you're sitting watching me, because I feel like I should do it faster. She came from the unknown. I really like the unknown. My ex-girlfriend wrote a song where the chorus was, I choose to go with the unknown, and it's only now I start to see how powerful that actually is, which is quite beautiful. Because we as human beings are so afraid of the unknown that we kind of prefer hell. Because if we don't know what is going to happen, then it's like, nah, I rather like to feel really bad, because that at least I know how it feels. She came from the unknown. She came from the unknown. That's dangerous. Unwanted. An unknown kindness that could... Should I just leave it open? No, I need to write something. An unknown kindness that could turn tears into small... I feel like writing ballet shoes. That could turn tears into... There's nothing wrong about tears, so why should we turn them into something else? That could mute... She came from the unknown. An unknown kindness that could mute the loudest roar. And again, I'm just writing a lot, and then hopefully there will be some lines that I can use. It's cheesy, but who doesn't like cheese? Thank you. Being born is a gift. The impact was the greatest gift. It made me stand up and start to run. Being born is a death sentence. Yeah, for sure. I adore him. I think we're just gonna be using adore. You're magical when you forget to be pretty. Okay, so I don't want to write anymore, at least for now. So what I'm going to do is to simply just highlight lines, copy-paste lines that I like, and shape them into a lyric. So I do it like this, so I have 2 pieces of papers on my screen. She was a Christmas child. Countries feast like the end is near. She came from the unknown, and a prophet was born in a country, the lonesome. It started with your gift. You were born with a gift. Your determination expands borders and religions. I adore you like I adore the sun. Being born is a gift that not all gets to experience. That could kind of be something. You're magical when you forget to be pretty. She was a Christmas child. I adore you like I adore the sun. Okay, so I think I need to like choose something out. A special gift. No, this is going out. I'm not sure if this makes sense, but this is gonna be one verse. Okay, but I have a lot of sentences and things, and I'm not really sure about what I think about it, but there is actually no reason to think about it and judge now, because what I need to do now is to just select something and then start to sing it and incorporate it into the song. So instead of just now sit and judge and think, then it's about doing and feeling. It's pretty difficult, if not impossible, to actually get to feel what you like if you don't do anything. So you are magical when you forget to be pretty. I like. You keep turning when the use that you choose. Maybe I should just try to make a verse with these things. Okay, so I will try to you're magical when you forget to be pretty. You keep turning me in with the words that you choose. An unknown kindness that can mute the loudest roar. Being born is a gift that not all gets to experience. I'm not sure about this. So I would do like this and then maybe try to find some. Yeah, born with a gift. Okay, I will try to make this something. So I will grab my headphones. And I'm simply gonna make a melody. And I have made a video about it, which is called How to Make Melodies for Your Lyrics. So let's do it. You are magical. You are magical. You are magic. You are magic. You are magic. So now I made some new vocals, and what I did was to simply stack them. So I have one in the middle and one in each side. So the verse sounds like this. You are magical. And then in the chorus I have like the normal voices. Being born is tragic. So I have them in like full power, and then I have them very, very soft also. Being born is tragic. So without the soft. Being born is tragic. With being born is somebody. And then what I did was I made an instrument where I recorded me singing ooh, with this added a lot of echo, and then I recorded it onto another track, and then I simply added it to a simpler, and I made a video that I will probably link somewhere, and then I recorded it, and it sounds something like this with a lot of room. Just to give it some ambience. And now I'm making a new extra return track. With an echo. You are magical. And I will 100%.
When you don't try to be pretty.
I will record this track. So I will record what comes out of return track C. So I will press C and press here, record, return C, rec. So let's try and see what happens. I will just make this ready. I will already 100%. Okay, so this was crazy. What I will do now is to simply go through it all and then listen to the things I recorded. And I will record some automation.
You are magical when you don't try to be pretty. You keep turning me in. When you was that you carefully choose.
If you have any questions about my techniques or how I do, then please write a comment down below or find me on Instagram and write me a private message. Instead of waiting for the right chords, melody, equipment, moment, or whatever it is, then just do. Start to record even though you don't have the perfect words. Make your songs even though you don't feel inspired. Do whatever it takes to simply do something, because when you're doing it's then the magic happens. Everything else almost doesn't matter. And as always, if you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up button and consider to subscribe to my channel. It would truly make me happy. Here's how far I got with my songs. I have a list with things that I would like to change and whatever, but actually I'm pretty proud of myself because I went from nothing to this song that you're gonna hear, and it's actually a very long time since I made a song the last time. And if you could feel how great it feels for me to actually be doing music again, I'm so happy. Enjoy.
To be pretty, you keep Being born is the beginning of the end. Being born is a death sentence.